If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering whether if you should go to art school. You love drawing and you feel you're pretty good at it, and everybody calls you the artist of the class or of the family. Or even you chose a path for your life that you told yourself would be safer, and now you're reconsidering giving your dream another chance. Well, this is going to be a video where I tell you about my experience going to art school and the pros and cons of it, and maybe help you make your decision.
Margarita.
First of all, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Margarita, and I'm currently finishing a 4-year-long bachelor's degree in painting in the Faculty of Fine Arts in Lisbon, Portugal. I was born and lived most of my life in a small Portuguese island in the middle of the Atlantic called Terceira in the Azorian archipelago. So here in Portugal, when we reach high school, we have to start choosing a path for our career. So we have to choose a course. This course will be our high school years. The courses that you choose can either be sciences, literature, economy, or arts. I think you can guess already which one of the 4 I chose. So right and then, in the end of the 9th grade, going to the 10th grade, I chose to go to art school. So in the arts course, besides the subjects that all 4 courses have in common, we had drawing, geometry, history of arts, and other crafts. At this point, coming from a place of loving to draw and paint, I was able to develop my skills and strengthen my foundation for my technique, and also started to learn a little bit more about art. My favorite subjects were history of arts and drawing, which I still think are the most essential subjects when studying art, as well as geometry, but that one will always be my nemesis. 3 years of high school had passed, and now was time to choose if I wanted to do a superior degree or not, and if yes, which one would that be? History of arts, architecture, design? Unfortunately for my parents, I chose painting. As you can guess, painting does not have many job opportunities in the normal world. But that's the difference, my friend. The art world is not the normal world. By choosing painting, I dived myself head first in the art world. I got in one of the best universities in my country and moved to the mainland to live by myself at the age of 18 years old, as most students from the islands and interior have to do, so I could do my painting degree. In my first year of uni, I realized that everything I knew about art was wrong. Not that the history of arts that was taught in my school was different from the one taught in the rest of the country, but the making of art, the contemporary art, was. I learned that drawing eyes very well or coloring within the lines was not considered art with a capital A. I learned that it doesn't matter if you know how to use coloring pencils very well in order to create art. My concept of art took a 180-degree turn, and for me, that's a huge pro of going to art school. The technical skills that I had acquired in high school were indeed useful, but they were tools to create art. They were not the art itself. In my superior degree in art school, they did not teach me how to draw better or more academically as a younger me once thought they would. In my painting degree, they didn't even teach me how to paint, and that might be a con, and I don't know if it's just my school. Yes, we had a subject of live oil painting where we had a model to paint, but you had to develop your own skill with little or no guidance from the teacher. And that subject was not to make art, it was to exercise your skills. It was just to sharpen your tools. I quickly realized that if I wanted to improve my academic skills of drawing and painting, I would have to go and search somewhere else, because my uni, at least, it wasn't a place where I was going to learn that. My advice is that you should only go to art school if you really love art. And I'm talking about the art that is spiritual, that speaks to humanity in different levels. The art that is pretty, but also the one that is ugly. Because if you are only looking to develop your skills, you can do that by going to workshops or just learning on the internet really. And I actually did that. I frequented a few workshops and summer courses to deepen my skills, but only because I found that important to create my art in specific. And for me, the exercises that I did in those workshops were nothing more than that. In my uni, I did not learn how to draw better, but I did learn how to see better. I developed my brain to look for shapes and shadows in the world that I wasn't used to look for. I was taught how to read in between the lines, and therefore my drawing skills improved a lot. I went to art school and searched for the answer of what art is. And there I found that not even the experts know how to define art. It is constantly changing, but that in the end, that is what defines art. There I learned how to recognize good and bad art. I guess you can say I learned how to experience art. For example, by going to art school, I learned why a black square in a white canvas is considered art. And although you might learn that on the internet as well, you would only understand the context of that one painting and not how to train yourself to understand generally all the artworks. In my opinion, if you go to art school, you not only become able to understand the art world much more clearly, but also develop a body of work that would not be possible without the constant contact with your teachers, the art world itself, and your peers. At least for me, that was very important in order to be able to create art. But in the end, I think what really makes a difference between enjoying and taking advantage or not of art school is your mindset. Art school is a unique and personal experience for each individual. Because, at least in the case of my school, it's all about helping you develop yourself as an artist and create a body of work of art. Although the lectures are the same for everybody, each student takes what it needs for his or her work. So everyone experiences even the classes in a different way. And this school is definitely not about the grades. It's really about the work that you are able to create and present. Everyone sails through this experience differently. I've seen a little bit of everything. I've seen people who quit after the first year because they don't feel like it's for them, or because they feel like they're not learning anything and wasting their lives. And I've seen people thrive and live for it. I mean, they could almost sleep at school. And there are even some people that complete the degree without even knowing how they got there because they're still so lost about what they want and if it's the right decision for them. But in the end, I think this experience can only end successfully if you have an open mind and a passion for art. We are reaching the end of this video, and if you've gotten to this point, please do not forget to give it a like and support my channel, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. I hope this video was helpful in any way, and I guess I'll see you next Monday.